guys, it has been a while, but I told you, like I said, I'll make a video on Thursday. Today is Thursday. It feels like another whole week since I told you that I was going to make a video on Thursday, but I am. Today is Thursday the 28th, 2014. I got my car in 2008, around that time. I was working at Zara, and that is when I got a huge settlement for my car accident. I used a lot of that money to basically have my own apartment, my own car, and basically travel through Florida. So I said I've had enough living at home, and I wanted to try out the real world. Me and my friend Christina went apartment shopping. One place actually got burned down, which is really strange. We were gonna move there. It was literally right near the mall. I could have walked and saved money and gas and stuff like that. Turns out the place got burned down that we wanted. It was like a really nice view, second floor, I think. Really wanted that place. They couldn't find any other apartment for us at the time. So we found another place in Lake Park, Florida, which turned out to be kind of ghetto, but it was kind of like our home. We felt comfortable after a while. It was the end of 2008. We found a place in a couple of weeks, like the same week. I think we started to get the place around the end of January or something like that. I'm not sure, but fast forward 2009 is when we got the apartment. It was a townhome. It was $8 something a month. It wasn't that expensive, but it was a little bit too much for where the location was. So fast forward a few months. Actually, fast forward to signing of the papers. So I had to, my credit was good. I signed the papers, whatever. She had to get her grandpa and her grandma to sign because she wasn't really living with her parents. I put down the deposit and all that stuff. I wanted a different apartment. They didn't have that apartment available because they wanted to paint it, and we wanted to move in the same day. We just had to go home and get our stuff. So they found another apartment. It was looking out towards the road and the lake. It was right there. It was okay, and it turned out to be, just enough, just enough for us that we could handle it, I guess. Turns out that Christina couldn't pay for rent, so I paid rent almost all the time, except for one time. It was really stressful with me because I was not working that much at my job at the time. But I made it happen. And we moved in her boyfriend, and he helped with groceries twice. That's it. And I just thought that it was, interesting. I got into smoking weed, drinking alcohol, and it turned out to be hanging out with the wrong people at the wrong time. I kicked both of them out after 4 months of living there. And then somebody that I knew that wanted to move down here moved in with me. His name was Fred. Fred lived in the apartment the rest of the year. Then we moved out and we basically broke the lease, but we still paid it off. And we moved. We moved to Fort Pierce, which is north of where we were living, about 35 minutes away. So living by myself, I got to see the good, the bad, and the ugly. The good was I got to be out on my parents' house. I got to do whatever I want when I want. I got to stay up when I wanted to. I got to travel with my car wherever I wanted to. But the bad thing is that I was influenced so badly that I almost went to jail for having weed on my possession or weed in my system. Also, I started drinking a lot, and I hated drinking, and I only did it to fit in. We hung out with a lot of bad people that started to get in fights at concerts and stuff like that. I ran out of money really fast because we traveled and we did a lot of crazy stuff. We went to Disney World like twice. We went to Fort Lauderdale, Miami. We went all over the place. We saw so many concerts, and all of that money came from me. I was used completely. So after 4.5 months, I learned that I need someone that can work hard, someone that can pay the rent with me, and someone that can, truly help me out. I'm stuck. I'm behind rent. And I shouldn't be. But I learned a lot. And I learned that if you don't have a steady job and you don't have the right people living with you or the right roommates, then you're going to be stuck and you're going to, be miserable. You're going to be so annoyed with the fact that you're paying every penny just on rent. And there was a lot of problems in the place. They broke a lot of things, and I had to pay for everything. I had to repaint everything because there was a lot of scratches, a lot of holes, and I felt like I was just being used. But my first apartment was that place that I ever owned, that I ever lived in, that was mine, in my name. So, yeah. I mean, I could talk about it longer, but it's my first apartment. I learned the hard way. Not to room with someone that is your best friend. Not to room with someone that doesn't have a decent job. Not to room with someone that's going to use you. So, that is my first apartment story. I mean, there's so much more details, but I just wanted to give you the brief idea, I guess. But yeah. Craziness, right? First apartment story. I will see you guys very soon. Stay watching, stay subscribed, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.